There are no narcissists. And before you throw a brick through the phone or computer, I want to say that this week's episode is going to be a delicate one because I didn't say that there is no pain. I didn't say that you haven't been hurt. But what I do want to address is the energy around this word called narcissist and how it's actually keeping you in the pain that your heart wishes to let go of. So in order to have this conversation, I first have to start off by sharing with you, if you're new to my work, that you are energy. As a matter of fact, everything is energy. All of life is energy. There's energy being transmuted to you through my voice right now. There's energy in your phone, your computer, the things that you're sitting on, your family members, and God. God is energy. And so what happens is that we are one with everything. We're one with each other. We're one with God. We're one with nature. And we are one with the animals. Okay? Now, you might already be thinking, what on earth is this guy talking about? The reason why you're probably thinking that is because here in the 3D world, that is the opposite of what you have been shown or brought up to believe. In actuality, the energy that is most dominant here in the 3D world is an energy of separation, okay? Because the opposite of separation is oneness, yeah? So think about that for a second. If I say that we are one with everything, then the opposite of that is separation, because all of life is duality. Okay. So when we think of the energy of separation, we got to think that just behind it is darkness. And darkness has a plan. And part of its plan is to keep you, myself, and everybody else separate from each other. What does this have to do with narcissists? I'll get to that in a second. Because the number one tool that darkness uses to keep you from oneness with God, to keep you from healing, to keep you from peace, to keep you from love, to keep you from joy, is separation. And in the 3D world here on planet Earth, what separation looks like is the use of labels. So when you're born, you're labeled by your name. Right off the back, you're given a label. You're labeled by your gender. You're labeled by your religion. You're labeled by your skin color and culture. You're labeled by your economic class. There is label after label after label after label, right? On purpose. If we're talking about spirituality, on purpose. You are divided up in so many different ways so that you can identify yourself with a series of labels. So when you live life as your societal self, you are living life as a being that is programmed to see themselves as separate based off of all of these labels that have been placed on you. If you don't believe me, just think about it. Just think about it for a second, right? Like before I started my spiritual journey, I was a man that was Hispanic. Politics is another one, with a political affiliation that was American. And, before I started making money, I was lower class. And then they slapped on the label of minority, right? So I had 6 labels, right? 6 labels on myself, including my name, that's 7. So 7 labels. And I identified myself through those labels, right? When I started my spiritual journey, or when you begin your spiritual journey, you start to see things, listen to me, not with these eyes, but with this eye, your third eye, your spiritual eye. If you have ever had a journey with plant medicine, if you've ever had a journey at Awaken with us through breath work, or if you've ever had a deep, profound spiritual journey, you actually elevate yourself in consciousness and you separate yourself from the labels and you start to see the oneness with everything. Now, I know right away that if you are deep in the labels, your ego is probably going to call this new age. Listen, you can call it what you want. I call it universal truth, right? And so the reason why it's important for me to preface the conversation about narcissists with this conversation is for you to understand how the ego and dark energy wants to keep you trapped in a series of labels, because it knows if it keeps you trapped in a series of labels, it can keep you in the frequency of separation, which means it could keep you from the frequency of healing, which means it could keep you from opening your heart, right? Because labels exist up here, not here, which means it could keep you from oneness with God, which means it could keep you with oneness and the discovery of who you are yourself, and oneness with others, which means it could keep you in separation from oneness with all of life. That's the game plan. In other words, dark energy wants to keep you in separation, to keep you in pain and misery. Here we go. So what is a narcissist? And why do I say they don't exist? Because they don't. Here in the separation of the 3D world, they exist. Because what we do, since we are so conditioned to see ourselves as Mary, a woman who is, African American, who is poor, who, lives in the wrong neighborhood, who is American, whatever, is when we experience pain because we are living in the frequency of pain and the frequency of fear. We attach labels to everything. What we don't realize is that the only reason that we are seeing life the way that we're seeing it is because there is unresolved pain energy and pain frequency within us. And that unresolved pain energy and pain frequency within us keeps us in what I like to refer to as victim energy. And victim energy wants you to believe that the problems and the solutions for all of your life are outside of you. Because it's easier for you to point the finger or blame outside of you. Here we go. When you are ready to really transform your life at the deepest levels, you start to awaken to the fact that the opposite is truth. You start to realize that everything on the outside is being created by what's inside. Yes, including the narcissist. What I mean is that the person that you attracted into your life that caused you pain could only possibly be attracted by the pain frequency that lives inside of you. In other words, it is absolutely impossible for you to attract a narcissist unless there is a pain body living inside of you that called out and attracted the quote unquote narcissist. So then why did you attract them? Right? Well, if you look at things spiritually and energetically, you attracted them, your soul attracted them in this life journey to show you something, to teach you a lesson, actually to help you to heal. Yeah, because sometimes some of the greatest gifts that we get in life is pain. Sometimes going through situations and circumstances, we learn a lot through it. Has there ever been a time where you learned by maybe some of the quote unquote mistakes that you think you've made or some of the things that you've done? Yeah. Of course, you learn from them, right? So the narcissist or any partner for that matter that is attracted into your life, it's being attracted by an energy that's inside of you to teach you a lesson that your soul needs to learn, that hopefully once you learn it, you allow yourself to go deep inside of yourself to heal what's deeply within you that will lead you through a life transformation, which will cause you to see life and feel life from a completely different lens. And therefore, you could never attract someone that would hurt you like that ever again. So if that's the case, the question becomes, who created it? Who created the pain? Was it the narcissist? Because yeah, they had a role in it, absolutely. But guess who else did? You did. You did. From a practical perspective, were there signs? Were there things inside of you intuitively where you thought to yourself, I don't know, something's wrong with this person? Yeah. Did you ever listen to those signs? Did you ever honor those signs? Did you ever honor the truth of what you were feeling? Or were you so disconnected to your truth and your feelings? Were you so consumed with the idea of not being alone and being in a relationship that all those quote unquote red flags, you just kind of like bypassed them all and you just wanted to be in the relationship? Because like 100 times out of 100, when I ask the people that we work with that question, and if they're honest about it, there was it doesn't have to make sense up here. But if you feel in here, 100 times out of 100, people are like, you know what? Yeah, I remember that time that they did this and did that. And I should have listened. And it's okay. Then maybe the lesson was for you to listen. In order to not miss these episodes or the weekly clips that we provide that will help you in the 3 energies of human mastery: how to change your financial life, how to change your relationship life, and how to heal yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually, make sure to subscribe right now to the channel. Trust me, it'll be the greatest decision and action you take today, because the value we are committed to bringing you is going to be life-changing. Go ahead and subscribe right now. And again, listen, I'm telling you, I've helped a lot of people work through this. And I want to honor the fact that, this stuff isn't easy. But what I can tell you, the reason why I say there are no narcissists is because even that human being that you attracted, that human being is simply someone that is carrying a lot of pain. And the way that we label things in a 3D world that has put labels all over us is we label it and we call it a name. Because the only way that we can identify and detach ourselves from the pain is to label it. But here's the problem. When you label it, you detach yourself from feeling the feelings that you need to feel and healing the things that you need to heal in order to transcend the pain and change your life forever. In other words, when you call your ex a narcissist, what you are actually doing is you are actually bypassing the lesson that that person was meant to teach you in your life. And by the way, there's plenty of people throughout social media that will gladly profit from you calling them a narcissist. I don't have anything to gain other than your heart breaking wide open and you healing from all of this. What I'm here to ask you is, can you see? Yeah, forget about for a second. Your mind is going to want scientists and this and that. Listen to me. Tap into your heart right now. Tap into the frequency of this message right now. All I want is your healing. That's it. And if you can honor that, and if you can sit with me here for this one moment, I want to ask you this question. Can you allow yourself to see that in that person was a little boy or a little girl who also experienced pain? Pain that was unresolved, pain that was undealt with, pain that they grew up with. And then that pain, when they met with you and had sex with you, that pain energetically transmuted into you. And now you're sitting here carrying a pain that isn't even yours. And you're going to be holding on to it forever. Because for as long as you label them a narcissist, you are labeling the pain and you're avoiding the gift that the pain is here to bring you. The gift of healing, the gift of forgiveness. Because when you allow yourself to see that the person that you once called a narcissist is a human being who was born into and was once the frequency of love, just like you and me, before they were hurt, before their mother or father let them down, if you can allow yourself to see this, then you can see yourself in them. You could see that the same way they hurt you, someone once hurt them. It's the only way that pain exists. And unless you tap into the energy of courage and allow yourself to see this and allow yourself to let go of this pain and to let go of the need to hold on to it by having to label them and call them something, you'll never see the gift in it. And you might be sitting here thinking, Danny, what do you mean a gift? You don't know what they did to me. You don't know what they still do to me. I know, I understand. I get it. Trust me, I do. I've been exactly where you are. But the only way that I could change my life, the only way that I could ensure that this pain doesn't do to me what it did to them, the only pain that I could ensure that this pain doesn't call me illness or disease or stress, which I can guarantee you it's causing you. The only way that I can guarantee that this pain doesn't cause me negativity and attract more negativity is if I look at them and have the courage to, from my heart, let go, thank them for being a part of my journey of my life, thank them for teaching me the lessons that I learned, which if the lesson is that I never want to go through that again, then thank you for teaching me that lesson. Thank you for the gift of that lesson, and send them off with genuine love. Because let me tell you something. The deeper you go in this journey, and the closer you want to get to God, and the more spiritual you want to become, the more healing is required. And if you can't let go of this pain, I'll tell you right now, you're going to have a hard time letting go of the real pain that is keeping you from oneness with the divine. And that's the pain that your mom and dad caused you. You see, all of life is here to teach you, to show you, to give you the opportunity and the gift of being able to let go, surrender what you're holding on to, and to forgive. That's why these people come in your life. The question is, will you allow yourself to realize it? Allow yourself to let go? Allow yourself to no longer place a label on what is bothering you, and instead go inside of yourself to heal it, let go, forgive, and receive the blessings in disguise, quite frankly. So as you can see, this is why I say there are no narcissists. There's a lot of people out there that are in a lot of pain. There's a lot of people out there that are manipulative because they once were manipulated. There's a lot of people out there that are hurt, and they'll hurt you because they once were hurt. And there's a lot of people out there that will abuse, and maybe abused of you, your trust, your love, your honesty. But it's only because someone once did it to them. And when you can allow yourself to see that, then maybe, just maybe, you allow yourself to see the beauty in everyone. And be careful, watch out, because if you start to do that, then you'll allow yourself to see the beauty of all of life, the beauty in God, and maybe, just maybe, the beauty in yourself. One of the things that happens when you have sex with another human being is, and this is something that I had to do before I found my dream partner and my wife, Jen. You got to realize that you are an energetic being. And so anytime that you have intercourse with someone, you unknowingly are attracting and therefore attaching their energy and all of that, the good and the bad, by the way, onto your being. Yeah. And so if they were doubtful, if they were negative, if they were manipulative, if they were worried, if they were scared, all of that stuff, it attaches onto you on an energetic level. If you'd like this to start the process, if this resonated with you, and you're going to take a deep breath, and maybe you're mad at me right now, but maybe in a week or so you say, oh my God, like, I'll tell you, this message will bring you dreams. This message will connect you to your spirit guides, because there's truth in it and there's healing in it. Yeah. If you want to take this healing a little bit deeper, I've got what's called a cord cutting meditation and a cord cutting ceremony that will allow you the process of cutting the energetic cords with any ex or anyone that you've ever had intercourse with, if you're ready to start that energetic cleansing. And I also have a spiritual masterclass to help you to see how everything that's happened in your past is absolutely perfect and also a part of your divine plan. And if you'd like to participate in that, simply go to DannyMorel.com/awaken and the letter U. And it's basically available for you if some of these messages are ringing true to you and you want to take things a little bit deeper. That's it for this week. I'd love to see your comments. I know this wasn't an easy one, but the truth is I don't want these to be easy. There's enough fluff out there in the world. I want you to find a safe place here on our channel to come, to learn, to grow, and to heal. We'll see you next week.